start recording. Okay. And sitting, breathing. Some of you might even decide to do standing meditation. You can stand up if you'd like to. Many of these exercises can be done standing. Traditionally they are, but we also do them seated. So you can feel free to stand up and see what works for you. Just have a nice buoyant leg frame, you know, that Tai Chi stance.
I don't know why I'm constantly yawning at the beginning.
Good.
You know, I do
That's
this.
wonderful. That's
Is
wonderful, Michelle. Yes. One,
Oh.
it means you need more rest, I'm sure. But two, it shows you that by giving yourself this time to be chill and relaxed, you're able to start addressing some deeper needs, right? When we're busy, we're running off of cortisol and adrenaline and stress and effort. But when we relax and then we start to yawn and suck the chi in from the universe. So one, hopefully you get better rest, but two, go with it. Don't stifle your yawns. Enjoy them. Eyes closed is just a great practice. It cuts off this outgoing habit of our perception, of our attention, looking elsewhere for the answer rather than trusting natural instinct. And again, some of you, and I think especially with Parkinson's, there's this desire to move the body, and don't stifle that either, right? Allow maybe a leaning or a rocking or even like a circling or the head to lean forward and back. Don't grab onto your body in the name of, you know, stillness or something. But when you open up the channels, the idea is that stillness can feel free. It can feel like, oh, it's kind of nice to be still. But when we have a lot of crap going on in the system, in our muscles, our nerves, then there's this sort of desire to move around a little bit. So feel free to do that. Nasal breathing and just that basic breathing continuum. You start by just observing the natural breath. Then you intend for the breath towards longer, more complete, full, and empty, called the two-part breath or thorough breath. And then eventually it becomes four-part. Four-part being inhale, hold full, exhale, and hold empty. And there's a particular mode of being, complete zero, complete stillness of mind, of body, of sort of energy, even though the blood is flowing, energy is flowing, electricity is flowing. So there's really internal flow in that stillness, but the mind still. Last 30 seconds. All right. Now, Hands on thighs. Slide hands forward, slightly past knees. Softly drop head, gently round back. Sort of drooping, rounding. Slide the hands back. Pull elbows, shoulder blades back, gently arching. Sliding, rounding. So this is that precursor to shaking loose heavenly pillar, right? We want to feel a sort of undulation through all 24 vertebral joints. Arching, rounding. One more. And then make your way back to neutral. And with that same gentleness, same softness, slide left hand forward, right hand back, and just rotate softly to the right. Rotate middle, softly left. Let the fingertips lead. They reach, and the elbow lead back. And then switch. And just keep the middle soft so that it's easy to move. So we're slowly loosening tension. One more. And then we're back to middle. Arms hang. Sideways. Lean. Right arm goes a little lower. Left elbow lifts with the totally dangling wrist. And then switch. Very soft. Lean. So it's like little pistons. Lean. This time as it goes up, the elbow could go higher. Notice where my hand is here. Those of you that might take it to the sky, just let it rise in front of the shoulder. So it doesn't have to go out. It just floats up like a balloon. And we lean, and then maybe even reach. And then droop. Let it dangle. Lean. So anywhere along this spectrum could be plenty. All right. Back to middle. Right shoulder blade up. Right shoulder blade down. Again, so the shoulder blade is on our back. That rises. So you actually try to get that shoulder blade up to your ear and then melt it softly down and feel that space open up. Two more. And down. So I see some people sort of leaning their torso now. Notice that the torso doesn't really move. It can look like it moved, but it didn't. My skull, my spine, everything stays, and the shoulder blade moves. And the shoulder blade moves. The arm goes with it. It rises, but it's just hanging there like a cooked noodle. And back down. Left shoulder blade rises and back down. And again, so I'm noticing some people sort of doing something with the rest of their arm to lift it. Nothing needs to be done. You just shrug the shoulder blade on your back, and then let that melt down. Shrug that shoulder blade up. Melt that shoulder blade down. Shrug. Melt. One more shrug. And melt. Now we do both. Shrug both up. Melt both down. Up. Down. Make sure you fully let them down. Bring them all the way up. Induce this sort of stressed out position, right? If we walked around like this all day. And then that allows you to then choose to melt. One more. and down. Bring your legs closer together. Put your left hand on your left knee. Hang your right arm. Now the right shoulder blade forward. Notice the arm comes forward. Then we roll it up over the top and down and release. So again, don't do anything. If you could, sense my arm, if you had a sensor on all the muscles in my arm, there'd be nothing going on there. I'm not bending, I'm not lifting, I'm not doing anything. I'm just letting it dangle, and I'm moving from the root of the arm, which is that shoulder. Shoulder circles. Shoulder circles. 2 more. Reverse that. Shoulder goes back, up, forward. The arm just comes along for the ride. Circle. 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 2 more. And switch. Circle. Circle. Forward, up, back, down. Forward with the shoulder, up with the shoulder, back with the shoulder, down with the shoulder. Two more. And reverse. Now, both forward, up, back, down. Now, when the shoulder blades come up, let the arms float up. And then when the shoulder blades go back, the elbows go back. And then when the shoulder blades go down, the elbows drop and the palms are facing up. And then they just roll, lift, back, down, forward and up. And notice my arms aren't going really above my shoulders at all. They're staying right there, but I'm leading through the shoulder blades there. And down. Good. Forward. Notice with forward, your chest has to sort of cave in, right? And then you lift and roll up and over the back, and the chest is open. So we close the book here, close the book of the chest, open the book of the chest. And switch directions. Open the book of the chest, lift, shoulders come up and over, and then close the chest. So really see if you can start to feel some movement at this joint. Open, close. Open, close. Open, close. Open, close. One more. And down. Now, right shoulder blade up, and then alternate. Left shoulder blade up, right down. Then switch. 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 Now, with the one that's up, bring it back and down as the other one comes forward and up. So forward and up, back and down, and then keep going. Circle. Circle, 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 alternating. Switch, circle, circle. Make sure it's the shoulder blades moving. Make sure of it. And done. Now, step your legs a little wider. Bring left hand to right knee, lean over, hang the arm. So there's just a little side lean, circles, And remember, I've been talking about spirals here. So over time, you want to really feel with the tips of the fingers all the way through that you're sort of stirring some thick liquid here with the hands, stirring, getting a little wider spiral, wider, wider. Now, sitting upright, bring the hand forward, up slightly over the top of a circle and to the side, and then down, and then forward, and then draw that with the fingertips. So it's like someone's got string tied to the tips of your fingers and they're just gently being pulled up and away from the body. So we're clearing out the compacted nature of the body. Good. And release. Lean over again. Go the other way. Circles. Circles. Fingertips, right? Again, someone's pulling from the tips of the fingers with a light thread. So not yanking, but just a little pull. And so then there's space being created. Bigger. And then once you get upright, just go ahead, take the hand up and over and down in front. Now, key to this, arm doesn't force behind me very much, but it goes a lot in front. Down. Only a little bit behind, a lot in front. Last one. And release. Switch. Hang from the fingertips. Draw that circle. Small to larger, to even larger, to even larger still. Larger circle. And then sit upright. The arm comes forward, over the top and to the side, and then just down. And then forward, up over the top, side and down. Forward, over the top, down. Forward. Doesn't go very far behind, just over to the side and softly down. But a lot forward, but then over to the side and down. Switch directions. Lean over, small circles. Stirring from the fingertips. A little larger. Larger still. And then sitting upright. So it goes just softly up the side, over the top, and then quite a bit forward. And then down right alongside the leg. Side, over the top, forward. Down along the leg. Over the top, forward. Down. Down. One more. And release. Bring legs close together. Lean forward. Both. Circles. 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 Bigger. Bigger. And then sitting upright. The arms come forward. Softly up and over to the side. And then they just fall down alongside. And then forward. And up over the circle. Forward. Up over the circle. Forward. Up over the circle. Let them hang. Lean forward. Circle the other way. Larger. Larger still. Larger. Then sitting upright. Circles. So when done correctly, the benefits of swimming, you can get a lot of those benefits of that fluid movement, that range of motion, that circulation. Last one. And good. Now, turn your palms to face forward. Fold at the right elbow. Touch the shoulder softly. And then let that arm fall down and the palm turns in. That's neutral. So then you turn the palm to face forward as you bring it up. Soft touch of the shoulder. And then release down. Loose. Easy. Polish. This idea of polishing pathways. Polishing the relationship of your brain down the central nervous system, out the peripheral nervous system, into the various receptor sites for the nerves that tell the muscles what to do. And we can have different qualities of relationship with our body. We want it to be soft and easy. Both down, both, down. Two more. Loose. So you almost let them sort of pendulum swing back up. Pendulum swing. Now keep your hands up, elbows out. Some of you will be here, some maybe you feel like you can really lift, but notice the hands didn't go any higher, right? So if your hands are up here, bring your hands down. Just think elbows and then back down, elbows. Just think elbows down. Then think elbows towards each other in the middle, touch them. Then they go back down alongside you. Elbows go out, elbows even up, but the hands stay loose. Loose hands, elbows lift. And then elbows down and in. Towards each other, touch them. Down and out. Easy. Just cleaning the way, cleaning the paths. One more. Now, elbows go back softly, down, forward. Some of you will stop there. Others you might find, ooh, it feels good to go up with the elbows, even possibly to the point where your hands get on your neck. And then elbows down, elbows back. Down, forward, possibly somewhat up. Down, back. Two more. Down, up. Down, back. Down and forward and up and down. Now, again, elbows out, palms facing the floor, open hands. One hand goes over the top and they slide like two snakes crawling. Go as far across as you can. And then elbows go out here. They don't go back, they go out. So try, notice if I turn sideways, I'm not breaking that plane, I'm just going out. Now the other hand floats a little higher and we snake. And then elbows out. Switch, snake, out. Snake, out. Notice there's some closing of the chest, which opens the back, and then opening of the front. Close the front, open the front. One more of each. Remember, elbows out, not back. It's important. To the sides. And then elbows drop, hands fall down alongside you. Fold at the elbows, palms facing up. Turn so the palms face down, up, down. Notice where this movement is occurring. It's not occurring in the shoulders. It's not even really occurring in the hands. It's not occurring in the elbows. It's not occurring in the upper arm bone. It's just those bones of your forearms, pronating, supinating. You want to be clear on that movement. Now, palms stay up. Bring fingers closer together, back to neutral, further apart, back to neutral, in, out. Notice where this movement is happening and where it isn't happening. It's not happening in the elbow joint, right? That elbow joint's not changing at all. The forearm isn't changing. The hands aren't changing. They're moving through space, but what's changing is shoulder socket, the arm bone, and where it relates to the shoulder blade, right? In the socket and those muscles. And last one here, hold open. Now bring this left hand up all the way over top and then just lightly hover it just above the other hand. Then reverse that. The hand comes up, rolls, and lands. Up, over top. And that sort of combines all of it. There's a little elbow bend, there's a forearm movement, there's the shoulder movement. Helps to calibrate the brain, symmetricizing the body, bringing everything to more and more symmetry where it can be. One more each. Pause here, bring them back to neutral. Fold at the wrists. Drop the hands through. Point back to the front. Palms up, fold. Come through and point forward. Spin. Fold. Through. Those of you that get comfortable with this, start to add fingers, right? Fold. Through. Fold, so the fingers are moving. This is where it starts to be really good for carpal tunnel and arthritic pain in the hand bones, the carpals and metacarpals, any carpal tunnel syndrome as well. Reverse. Drop. Point the fingers towards the chest, out like an offering. Palms face down, they drop. They come under, point to the chest. Right, so they got to come under and then go out. Spin. Circle. Circle. You can get the fingers where they fold up a little bit and then they unfold. Fold up a little, unfold, fold, unfold. And release. Float, roll, fold in, sink chi to the belly. Hands in front of the belly. And arms down. Now, scoot back against the back of your chair. Get sturdy and stable. Bring right knee up towards chest, heel towards buttock, and then set that foot down. Chamber. Down. Chamber. Down. Chamber, down. Now, chamber and hold. Push. Chamber, down. Chamber, push. Chamber, down. Now, chamber, push, and hold the leg out there. Point foot, flex foot. Point, flex. Then, invert, evert. Continue. And circle, in and around and up. Circle. Out and around and up. And switch. Left leg up and push, pointing, flexing. Invert, evert. Circling. Circling the other way. And down. Scoot to the front edge, all the way. Buttocks right at the edge so your legs are out over the floor. Lift ball of left foot, swivel on the heel, turn the leg out, knee and toes out. Lift the heel, turn on the ball of the foot, the knee comes in a little, the heel goes out a little. We got this weird little awkward position. Then lift the toes again, open on the heel. Lift the heel again, swivel on the ball of the foot, little awkward position, don't force it. And then finally, completely open, then reverse. Internal, the knee and toes come in. External, heel comes in, knee goes out. Knee and toes come in, heel comes in, knee goes out, and neutral. Now let's flow it twice. Walk the leg out to side. Walk it in. Last one. Switch. Open. Then lift the heel. Turn on the ball of the foot, the knee comes in, heel pushes out. Lift the toes, go knee and toes together out. Lift the heel, swivel on the toe, and then finally complete open. And then let's walk it in. Internal, heel comes in, external. Toe in, internal, external, neutral. Two more. Open. In. One more. Hold. And walk it in. Now, both open, close, open, close, open, close. Two more. And neutral. From here, take both your hands to your right knee. This left leg, we want to bring it up, open, down. Then reverse that. Key is to move from the hip. Loose and soft foot. Loose knee, hip. One more with this leg. Now the other one, hands on the left knee. Two more. Last one. Legs back to neutral. Hinge at hips. Fold. Remember this option. Swivel on the hands so the elbows point forward-ish. Helps to open the shoulders and middle back. And then sit back to vertical and lean back. So the hip joint is 90 degrees. When we fold, we're making that hip joint more acute, a more acute angle. And then we're back to that 90. And then we're making it an obtuse angle. Opening, leaning the torso back. One more. And back. And neutral. Arch the back, lift the head. Watch me do a full round. I stay arched in the spine as I fold. And then once I've folded the hips, then I round the spine. Keep watching. Now I come all the way up, but notice I keep my head released. I keep that rounded quality. until I'm all the way to 90, and I stop at 90 and I arch. Go ahead and join me. So from an arched back, we fold at the hips, staying arched, and then rounding. Then staying rounded, we lift from the pelvic relationship to the legs. And at the very top, slide hands and elbows back and arch. 2 more. Shaking loose the heavenly pillar. One more. And we're up. Step both legs apart. Decently wide stance. Tip forward at the hips. Slide your hands out to your knees and turn them in this little Komodo dragon position. And then hinge at the hips and keep hinging. And then once your hips have hinged, then softly lower the torso and round the back a little. Let your head hang gently. And then reverse that and come all the way up. Turn your arms towards this neutral rotation and lean back. Lean back. And then forward. As you're folding forward, turn the arms into that Komodo dragon position, internal rotation, and hinge and round and release the head, almost like you're trying to look underneath and behind you, between your legs. And then come back up and lean back, way back. One more. Fold. Bow. And round. And up. And back. Now the dragon stirs the sea with its tail. Lean to the right buttock. Turn your chest sort of like a twist and fold. Now have the arms in that Komodo dragon position and sweep through like you're stirring the sea with your tail. And then lean back as you come around. And then forward and around and back and around. 2 more to this direction, and then we'll do 4 in the other direction. So if your hands are just resting on the knees, and then you turn them into this position, when you fold, you're getting something through the elbow, shoulder, through the wrist, right? So you're creating a nice undulation for all joints. Let's switch directions, go back the other way. You're also getting a light, gentle circling of each vertebra on the vertebra below it and above it. So the whole spine is getting this very gentle sort of rolling. That's something our body yearns for because that's what it's built to be able to do, is round, circle, spiral. Now back to middle. Legs come back closer together. Let's finish our seated work. Float the arms. Turn the palms up. Continue. Now, right arm reach higher, higher, higher. And then soften it down. And then left arm higher. Soften it down. And then right arm higher. And soften. And now try with both. Same time, both. And then wings. Final one here. Arms forward. Palms facing each other. Keep going up. And then lift the chest. Imagine someone's pushing right in the middle of your back and upper back and creating an arch. Let the head gently look up and maybe even fall back a little. And release forward, down. sink chi to belly. Right down in front of the navel. Soft elbows, soft shoulders. And release your arms down by your side. Standing and sitting. The feet come back a little, acute angle at the knee joint. Hinge at hip crease. Head goes forward. Gesture energy forward. And then push through the earth to unleash that spring-loadedness of the body. Sitting down. Hips, butt goes back, head goes forward. Sit. And back to middle. Forward. Gesture forward and then push through the earth to rise. Soft and relaxed in the shoulders and arms. Butt goes back, sink. Now over time, once we get good at that, it can just be one roundish liquid gesture. So that's where it's just forward and up. And sinking back down. Easy, right? Make it easy. Allow it to just be nothing extra. You don't need to tighten up in the upper body because that just makes you top heavy. It makes you heavier versus loose and free, and then just arrange the liquid and rise. Now let's do 4 where we don't sit in the floor, on the chair. We just sink and rise. And so what makes this a Tai Chi squat is that we only go tailbone back the amount needed, and then we just sink that tail, but we create this roundness through the whole back by reaching up through the crown, and then push through the earth, come back to neutral. And let's add to that, push the hips forward and lean the chest and shoulders back. And then do it again. Butt goes back, sink, push through the earth, rise, and then even let the hips go forward. Sink. And forward. The arms sort of hanging back because they're loose. Last one. Sink. Now, hips, left, right. So you see my head and my arms doing something, but I'm not frozen and doing that like this. Instead, I'm loose and just pushing the hips to the left, hips to the right, hips to the left. Now, hips to the right. From that right side, round forward, round left, and then stick the booty out just a bit behind as you sweep it around. And then stick the hips forward as you circle around. So try to create some circles and just let the upper body just roll. So we really want to feel how our middle, the most important part of us is the middle, belly, low back, pelvis, that region. One more circle. Switch directions. Circle. Hips. Butt. Whole circle. And then we're back to the middle. From the middle, let your body just tip forward like liquid falling forward. Notice the front of your feet will hold you up a little better. Front of the feet have to activate to keep you up. And then back and just softly into your heels. And then middle and softly into the toes. And then softly back to the heels. Feel that relaxed quality that you can move with just by tipping and rocking. Okay, now Tai Chi. Hands forward. And then hands gently change position as we come down. Rising hands. Gently rock into your toes as you go up. As the hands come down, rock towards the heels. Hands come behind the body like pendulums swinging. Forward and up. Bring the hands in front in this little scoop position. See the round sort of ellipse-like quality here. Arms out, up. If I turn sideways, notice my hands are not back. They're arranged a little in front. Then fingers flip and we sweep down. Wings, down. Wings, down. Wings, down. Now wings, hold just at the top, roll, turn your arms, palms face up, fold at the elbow joint, settle. Two more, wings, roll, fold in that order. Don't try to fold before you roll. Wing, roll, fold. As long as you roll first, one more, then you can sort of make them one. Roll, fold. Wings. Right arm, roll, fold. Left hand, sweep under, embrace moon. Right hand up and out. Left arm like a wing, out. Left hand, roll, fold. Right arm like a wing, sweeping under. And reverse. Embracing the moon. Reverse. One more. Wings and down. Bend right elbow, palm comes up, turn the palm to face forward, soft, push. Hand comes around, draw. Push, draw. Push. Notice the hand when I draw. Push, draw, switch, push, drop that right hand, draw, push. Notice this already begins a little bit of a waist turn, which is the lumbar spine level of the body. That's an important fulcrum recognized in Tai Chi. Very important, in fact. So this single arm push sort of turns it and turns it back. Drop that arm, bring them both up. Push. Draw. Push. Draw. Now, keep the right hand close to the body, turn the left palm to face away, push just the left hand. Now, just change the palm positioning and one draw, one push. Palm positioning, one draw, one push. One draw, one push. Notice the waist turn gets a little more pronounced here. I want to take this one level further. So I'm going to turn to my side. So here, now reach a little more through the left hand, drop the right arm and let it do a crane wing back. So now you're turned a pretty good amount. The chest is sort of turned to that corner. Then roll and fold and bring that right hand over top as you turn the left palm up. And then it's one push, one draw. Then reach a little more forward with the right hand, drop the left hand, and turn the waist so that that arm can swing back like a wing. Roll, fold, right? and then turn that right palm up. And this is officially repulse monkey. Eventually we do this one while walking backwards. So reach the left arm a little more, right hand drops, wings towards the back wall, rolls and folds over the top. As it's folding, try to turn left palm. So that happens simultaneous. And then as you push with the right hand, the left hand comes down more towards the hip. Now, so this is a little different. Down towards the hip. Reach the right hand more. Left arm just wings back. Roll, fold. As it folds, turn right palm up and repulse monkey. Push one, draw the other. Turn more to send that right hand back up over the top as you turn left palm and push and pull. I'll turn sideways just a bit so you can see that. Reach and then draw. Turn a little bit more. Reach, roll, fold, push and pull. One more of each. And then bring both hands down, sink chi to the belly. Cross your hands and release. Weight shift to the right leg just a bit extra. Arms hanging, released. Weight shift to the left leg a little extra. Weight shift to the right. Notice nothing is happening up here. It's all here. Just changing. Now, take your left index finger, place it inside your belly button. Touch your belly button, put your finger in there. The belly button, if you can find it. Now, shift left and turn the belly button to point left. Keep it pointing left as you shift to the right and then turn the belly button to point right. When you're turning your belly button, you're turning more from the waist, more likely. Shift to the left and turn the belly button. Shift to the right, turn to the right. Drop the hand, shift left, turn left, the hand sweep. And sweep. It's very lightly now, just moving through the water. So if you are grabbing and holding with your hands, you're going to find that you're trying to actually move them with effort as opposed to stop doing anything with them and let them just gently flow naturally. Sort of like kelp under the water. Now, pay attention a little bit to the specificity of the hand. That hand turns around and is now facing that way. It's called brush knee. This hand, palm facing that way, sweeps the leg, and then it turns around. And that one's now this way. So it's brush knee and sweep leg, brush knee, sweep leg. As they get a little more momentum and buoyancy, they start to take on a little bit of a different shape. Now that left hand is going to go out around the far side of a circle, but come in close to the body. And then the right hand goes out around the far side of a circle and then in close to the body. The bear swirls the stream. Swirl. Next time you're actually in water, play around with this. It feels amazing, actually, when you get that little bit of resistance from the water, and we want to move as if that resistance is in the air too. Now, the left hand rises up out of the water around chest height, snatches the fish, come across, falls down, come across, falls down. Loose, loose, loose. And finally, the bear slashes, arm up a little higher, falls over the top and down to the opposite hip. As it comes across, this arm is over the top, round, loose. Find your middle. We're freeing up the limbs so that eventually we can move from the middle. And back to the bear washing paws. Really subtle. Right in there. Loose. Now, we're going to learn something a little new today. Circle, the Hunyuan circle. Up over the top, down the other side. Under, rises. Shift and turn goes over the top, down. Shift and turn, it rises. Shift and turn over the top. Shift and turn, rises. Shift and turn over the top. Rises. One more. Circles over the top. Now swing it to the right and then we'll change directions. Swing it to the left. Rises. Shift and turn the waist. The hands just flow over the top. Under. Over. See if you can truly just soften and have nothing extra happening when they swing through the bottom of this pendulum. And then you ride that pendulum-like momentum. Shift and turn. Top. Shift and turn. Over the top. One more. Soft, loose. Now, we're going to learn something here. Switch again back. Now, raise the hands up like you're about to go over the top, but don't. And turn right palm face up. Left palm is face down. And drag across. Drag across. And then release. Come under. Rise up. Right palm scoop softly under. Drag across. Release. Under. Rises. Drags across. Release. Drags across. Switching. Come release. Come back this way. Up. And before we go up and over, we just sort of slide back and across. So this could be considered a pung, a rising. And then this is lu, a backsliding. Notice that you're shifting weight, you're releasing, you're moving from your center. Up. Palm turns up and we drag. Release, go up. And drag. One more. So this is lu, an expression of the energy lu. Now, one other thing we'll learn that goes with that. So we still got our bear, washing paws. The next time you're over here on this side, staying down, start to rise the hands sort of like we were, but shift and turn as they rise. And what this should feel like is the back of your hands going like that, right? Back of the hands up and over, and then just release them down the side. Over to this side. So they start to rise, but we don't stay over here. We're shifting and turning. So that's a pung energy, like a rising, flowing wave. And then let the hands fall. Cross. And let the hands fall. Pung. So all together, it's rise and shift, turn, and the back of the hands sort of float in that direction and fall. Let's do the other side. Rock the weight back this way. Now the hands rise, but we shift turn as that's happening. So the backs of the hands sort of smack across the space there, and then they fall. And then pung, rising, and then they fall. Pung, rising. Just if you pay attention to all the many little joints of the body, they're all getting this very light little just wiggle and circle, which is really nice. Now let's put all that together to finish. Release and rock back to the other side. Now we go pung, across, and then lu. Right palm faces up, drag down and across, and then release. Pung that way. Rising pung, back of hands across, left palm face up, loop, sliding, and then release. Make sure you release. Pung to the right, like the back of the hands are smacking someone over there. I know that's a little violent for what we're doing, but don't know what else to say with it. And then release. Pung, so it's rising as we shift and turn. So they're just slung over there, and then that left palm faces up and we loop back. One more of each. Release. So this is that change, like the bear washing paws, and then we're pung, loop, and change, and then pung and loop, and down to the bear washing paws. And let's finish with our sink chi wash organs together. Let yourself go just a little bit into the heels. The hands come back and palms face forward. The hands rise up. We rock forward into the toes, and there's this round gather gesture. Rock back to the heels. The hands come to the mouth level, down to the belly level. Tai Chi squat. Tail sneaks out and sink through. Two more like that. We rise to the middle. Rock back, begin the arms. Rock forward, carry through. Rock back, the wave washes in and down to the belly. And then tail sneaks out back. Release through. Middle. Last one. Just washing the chi through all the subtle layers of the meridians, which then nourishes everything built on top of it, which is everything else. Sink chi to belly, wings, roll, fold, settle, 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 settle. Hands hover right in front of the navel. Then seal. This is called the Lao Gun point on top of the belly button. Other Lao Gun point on top of that Lao Gun point. Breathe. Release anywhere that you're grabbing that you can release. Make sure you're breathing through the nostrils if possible. And we close the practice with the Taoist bow. Creates that little shape there. Thank you, everybody. Have a seat in your chair, comfortable, safe. Make sure your chair is where you think it is. If you have a chance to just chill for 5 minutes on your own, breathing and just being at ease, maybe sipping some water or tea, that would be ideal at the end of your practice rather than running off to somewhere.
Thank you, Otto. Thank you. It was great.
Yeah,
Have a good weekend.
Yeah, you too.
Bye-bye.
You too.
Thank you. Thank you, Otto.
Thanks, everybody.